Well, the title led me to believe it was a song about endings, but again, the lyrics point to a song about new beginnings. So I wanted to know, where were you when you were putting this together?
Yeah, it's funny. The verses are like starting over, and the chorus is like, and it's the end. Which is maybe a relatable feeling. I don't know. But really, the through line of the song, Lana, is just like, I wanted to express that feeling I think we've all had, at other times in our lives, and is maybe just heightened right now, of like, you know, the times when you just know who your people are, and, or your pet. It could be your dog, it's your cat, or it's your mom, or it's your husband, or whatever. But it's like the person that's there, the person that's there for you when things are really at the hardest. So it's just kind of like a love song to that person in your life, and that where you look over and you're like, yes, there you are. So that's really what we were trying to convey with the jam. And we got Stuart White to mix it, which is pretty exciting. He's done all this Beyonce stuff, so we felt, especially because we've been so hidden away from the world, it felt like it was like a form of traveling. It's like, great, some outside energy. And I love the mix. I feel like he just created this atmosphere, and just, it's a soothing feeling. I hope you're getting that.
Was All Comes Crashing something that was a song that was really quick for a song, like first from start to finish? Or did it take a little bit of finessing?
We have a bunch of different processes of like how stuff happens. So, well, probably three. But one of them is, there's one version where like I hide out for what feels like an endless amount of time, craft something, and bring it into the studio to present to Jimmy. Basically with the knowledge that it's an agreed thing of like, we're really harsh editors. And if he doesn't hear it and he's not feeling it, then we're not going to do it. And even at any point, even if we've spent 300 years working on it and it doesn't work, it's going in the trash, and we're just going to keep going. So this was one of a batch of songs that I came in and presented. And it was funny because I never know, kind of like with music in general, like, and this on your end, like, you never really know always what's going to be a hit and what's going to connect with people. And people try to control it, and everyone tries to like make a formula. And there's certain sort of formulaic things you can do for sure. But I love the sort of mystery that's still there. You can't make people like something, and people will feel it or they won't. And it might be for reasons that you don't know. So All Comes Crashing was one of those. I presented like 4 or 5 songs to these guys, and that one, they were like, oh, that, like, what's that? And I was like, oh, that. And in that case, I think it was just a recording I made. And it was like, usually I put the recordings together better to present them to Jimmy. I was like, I don't know. It's like a voice memo, like here. And it was just unanimous with Jimmy and with Gus and Liam, who were working with us at the time. And then it was just a matter of like taking the song, putting it over here, and then Jimmy working his magic with like bringing together all the music, getting the place in place there for Josh and Jules to like put all that energy behind it, and then getting Stuart to mix it. So this was a pretty straightforward one.
Yeah, out of all the music we made in the last 2 years, that might have been like the fastest, most concise.
Which totally shocked me. I was like, okay, you guys are crazy. But
there was one version, and there wasn't a lot of like extra stuff that happened that got trashed.
Yeah.
Well, before we go, I do want to ask you about your favorite part of the new track, All Comes Crashing. Also, why this might sound really either basic or nerdy, but I was wondering why you kept the word down out of a lyric. Because All Comes Crashing Down is the thing that flew out of my mouth. And I was like, oh, it just appeared, I think, once or twice.
Yeah, it's only in the bridge. When it all comes crashing, all comes crashing down. You got to save it for the bridge. I think that's my favorite part. We'll come crashing down together. Don't expect to live forever. It's going to be fun to do that part live.
Lana, we're going to get you up on stage, give you a backup vocal mic, and do it with it.
You can just do the down. When it all comes crashing, all comes crashing down.